So let's talk about arthritis and degeneration. The two terms basically mean the same. Now, unless it's a born arthritic condition, degeneration is not a normal part of the aging process. We're led to believe that the older we get, the more arthritis we have. Okay, it's just normalized these days, unfortunately. But we see spines of people that come in and they're in their 20s looking like they're in their 40s, or they're in their 40s looking like they're in their 30s. Okay? It's not age that's the culprit, ever. That's a medical fallacy. What it is where those joints are stuck the most, they degenerate faster. Simple as that. So why is it that one area of the spine looks good for the age, is moving healthy, and another area of the spine is arthritic, damaged, and unhealthy, causing pain and dysfunction? Okay, again, it's not age. Why is it that one knee is arthritic and the other is not? It's not age, because if we blamed it on age, we would say every single person that same age would have that same amount of arthritis in their body. But that's not true. Again, it's where those joints are stuck the most, they break down faster over time. Okay. Now, there's 4 different phases of degeneration. Kind of like cancer, there's 4 phases. Phase 4 is the worst, right? So phase 1, well, to start with normal, a normal healthy spine has a C-shaped curve to it in the neck or the lower back. It has a nice square bones with smooth edges on the end of the bones and nice thick disc above and below. These discs are the shock absorbers. They allow a nice wide hole for that nerve root to exit and function well. Okay. Now, the longer these joints are stuck, and how does that happen? Well, through big traumas and little traumas. Big traumas are slips, falls, accidents, injuries over the years. Little traumas are daily repetitive stresses over the years. For the majority of people, it's a combination of the two, the big and the little, over time. So when these joints get stuck and there's not proper intersegmental motion in the spine, they have a tendency to degenerate or break down faster. And when that happens, you'll go through the 4 phases of degeneration. Phase 1 is when we start to see the loss of curve. We also see compression of the disc, okay, sometimes called herniation or bulges. And what that'll do is start to put pressure and irritation on the nerves and affect wherever those nerves control over time. Usually phase 1, those are symptoms like stiffness, tightness, reduced range of motion. If that goes left uncorrected with time, you get to phase 2 of degeneration. Now in phase 2, we start to see these pointy, jagged edges form on the end of the bones. So again, phase 1, the edges of the bones are still preserved and smooth. Phase 2, the edges start becoming more jagged, rigid, or rough. We also see more loss of the disc height, more pressure continues to build on the nerves, and it's common for the symptoms or pain to get more frequent or more intense with time as well. In fact, a lot of research shows that when people are phase 2 and beyond, it starts affecting other organs and other systems of the body where these nerves feed into as well. Now, phase 3 of degeneration, that's pretty rough. Those are jagged edges at almost every single joint, very reduced disc height, okay? A lot of pressure builds on those nerves over time. Usually that's pain every day, poor quality of life. In phase 4, well, that's bone on bone, meaning no more disc, bone on bone, and typically those require surgery. So they're beyond the scope of chiropractic. Now, when it comes to correction, we always say with degeneration or arthritis, the cure is in the cause. So again, if the cause is those stuck, restricted joints over time breaking down, the cure is, again, motion and movement back to those joints. Now, there's reversible and irreversible parts of arthritis and degeneration. The reversible, meaning fixable, is when we get those joints moving better, that'll start to get the pressure off the disc, inflammation and irritation off the nerves, and allow for better function of where those nerves supply and control in the body. Okay? The irreversible part is these jagged edges. So if you have them already, you'll already have them. That's permanent deformation of the bone. Okay, so our goals with arthritis or degeneration in chiropractic are stop it from getting worse, slow the progression of it, and in doing so, that allows to restore optimal function to that nervous system. So I hope this helps.